Oh, what is going on, YouTubers? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Born Thriller, and we are live as I welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for this All Elite Wrestling Reviews. Now, since this All Elite Wrestling Reviews, I'll be giving you results. All Elite Order pertains to happen on Dark, Dynamite, on Bleacher Report, and another edition of Dark, which we'll get to all of that, pertains to those um, events from different dates, and everything that transpired pertains to everything the results of it can come out of it. And there'll be a rant. I'll say that for later, which is best let's say for later too as well once we get to it. So before we do, just hang tight, folks, because right now I'm gonna mute myself, and once I do that, and we can start with the first thing I'm gonna get out of the way first, where it pertains to can use All Elite Wrestling Reviews, where it pertains to giving you what I call results, All Elite in order, or should I say results? In fact, let me see how I said it, how I put it. I meant to say, okay, results All Elite order, and it will be all in order. So hang tight, and I'll get back to you. And here we are. So we're gonna kick off things with AEW Dark, the show from February 23rd, 2021. Your commentators were Anthony Ongogo, Excalibur, and Taz. And obviously they were in Jacksonville, Florida, at Daily's Place. The Tomorrow Wrestling, of course, where it was here. Let me just double check to see if it's somewhere here. 16. There you go. So let's just get that out of the way. And without further ado, let's get right into the show here. The opening match was Brian Cage being accompanied by Hook, representing Team Taz, going up against John Skyler. And Skyler got some offense, but it wasn't enough because at the end of the day, it was a squash match. And guess who won that one? Brian Cage. There you go. Match itself, no to say, a squash match. It is what it is. Serpentico being accompanied by Dr. Luther as he goes up against Lee Johnson, who's being accompanied by Arn Anderson, representing the Nightmare Family. Match itself didn't last long. As a matter of fact, it kind of did last long. Don't remember how long it was, but it was a good match. Out of Serpentico and Lee Johnson. In the end, it was Lee Johnson getting the win because Lee Johnson was getting the push here, pertains to the Nightmare Family, and there you go. Eddie Kingston versus J.D. Drake. Now, who is J.D. Drake is? I don't know. To be honest with you, my first time seeing this guy, but my first exposure to seeing this guy, pertains how he wrestles and how old school he was to and all of his wrestling style against Eddie Kingston, who's known to be old school wrestling style, in his way. This was a brutal match. It was nothing but a brawl, and I loved it. This was I thought this was one of the best matches they did on Dark. Obviously, in the end, it was Eddie Kingston getting the win with the spinning back fist to the future to J.D. Drake. Hey, they should think about signing this guy, J.D. Drake. I see potential in this guy, and I like him. Layla Hirsch versus Brooke Havoc. She's been there before. She was led by Cody Rhodes, and the Cody Rhodes went back to the guard position. Um, but yeah, this is one of Cody Rhodes' favorites. Brooke Havoc, and Brooke Havoc is on training at the Nightmare Factory. Um, and Cody Rhodes sees a lot of potential in her. And yeah, she was a rookie who went up against Britt Baker. Well, I thought that was one of the tour matches I've seen. Not Britt Baker's fault. But when it takes to Brooke Havoc here, she got a second chance, a second look here on AEW Dark against Layla Hirsch, who's legit. And matches, and yeah, I thought Brooke. Uh, I thought Brooke Havoc held her own this match against Layla Hirsch, which was surprising. Still green, obviously. She's still a rookie and all that. She's learning the ropes still. Clay Rose is going to do a tremendous job training her, and hopefully she gets better. And I like her. I like her. I know I was a little harsh on her before. Not saying I hated her or anything. Or not saying that she's trash. She's a rookie. She's just started. She's finding her stride in pro wrestling, and she's very young too. And she's got a long way to go. But yeah, in the end, it was Layla Hirsch winning the match though. Wasn't a fat. I mean, it wasn't a long match either way. I guess what maybe close to 4 minutes it lasted, I guess, and then it was over. So Angel Fashion and VSK versus Jurassic Express that feature Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And Jurassic Express won. This was basically a squash tag team match for Jurassic Express winning. Let me just say, QT Marshall being accompanied by Nick Camarado, as QT Marshall goes up against some guy named JJ Garrett. Who is he? Don't know. But based on his look and everything, he had a mullet, and his wrestling gear reminds me a little bit of Scott Steiner, of old school Scott Steiner, which is the Steiner brothers. And this guy had a cocky and confidence and all that, and his wrestling was good. So he went to the he stepped. Excuse me, I can't speak English. I'm speaking Michael Jackson. That's good. Anyways, this match held its own. QT Marshall, who's always good. JJ Garrett, my first time seeing this guy. I like him, and hopefully we see more of him. In the end, obviously, QT Marshall won. So there you go. Max Caster, I meant to say, not Matt Caster. Max Caster, who's one of the Acclaim, being claimed by Anthony Bowens, as Max Caster goes up against Marco, who stunted his growth. And basically, he did his rhyming spits and all that, which was on fire, but changed to Marco's stunt. How Jungle Boy was in the dryer, and he shrunk and everything. And then he makes remarks of him being Donnie from the Wild Thornberrys of Nickelodeon. Of Nickelodeon, let's say. And I'm like, that was a good reference there. And there you go. So we get to the match here. And like the match itself, Max Caster was doing a good job being up on Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt has some offense, which I hate that he had some offense. And I hate that Max Caster has to sell for him too. I mean, not all he sell for him, but there was parts that he did sell for him, which I guess in a way it made sense in a way, but it's still Marco Stunt at the end of the day. And then the finish happened. So Marco Stunt looked like he was going to win the match here. That's basically what they telegraph. There was telegraphing here to make you say that Marco Stunt is going to beat Max Caster. So all of a sudden, Marco Stunt is getting ready to do something. I don't know what he's going to do, but Anthony Bowens, I can't remember how he distracted Marco Stunt. I can't remember what he did, but this was another distraction for Max Caster to capitalize on it, and he gets the win on Marco Stunt. I'm watching this. I'm like, well, it makes sense that Marco Stunt doesn't win the match either way because he shouldn't be winning matches. But at the same time, It's pissing me the fuck off here because why the fuck is AEW protecting this guy? Marco Stunt is not going to win any matches, as a singles wrestler. He's not going to amount to anything as a singles wrestler in AEW. He's not an important star to be looked at on AEW's radar. And we're just to us fans, too. Marco Stunt getting protective losses here doesn't help anyone at all. You're basically saying that Marco Stunt could beat this guy, if he wasn't being distracted. They did this before with with Ryan Nemeth, where he needed FTR's music being played for Marco Stunt to get distracted, so that he could get the win on Marco Stunt. And now here with Max Caster, he needs Anthony Bowens to distract Marco Stunt so that he could get the win over Marco Stunt because Marco Stunt was going to win. Are you fucking kidding me? Marco Stunt ain't going to be shit in AEW. Yeah, he may be in Jurassic Express, and there's a majority fan that likes him because he's Mr. Fun Size, and he got some he does got some talent, whatever. But as but we're just as some type of perspective as a wrestling character and everything, he should not be gotta be taken seriously anyways, and he shouldn't be taking these losses in a protective manner. He's not going to amount to anything in AEW anyway. So what's the point? This coming Wednesday, I'm going to be dreading when I see Marco Stunt, being up on Tully Blanchard in that 6-man tag match that's going to be happening. It's going to be the shits. I just don't understand why they're protecting Marco Stunt. He doesn't win anything anyway, so why are you protecting this guy? Chris Peaks and Louis Valley. These guys look like a tag team, and I think they may be brothers. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're cousins. I don't know. But they look alike. But they went up against Dark Order's Alex Reynolds and John Silver. That's a match. It was decent with Alex Reynolds and John Silver winning. Kip Sabian being accompanied by Penelope Ford going up against Fuego del Sol. Match itself didn't last long. Fuego del Sol has some offense, but in the end of the day, it was Kip Sabian. And Kip Sabian's developed a new mean streak because he's still upset that the wedding got ruined. That game gives a fuck. But Kip Sabian won. The Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison versus Charlie Bravo and Sean Dean. And together they are, they have a name, but I'm calling them the Soldiers. But match itself was good. Good tag team match with the Varsity Blondes winning because they're gonna be go up against FTR. Wait, is it FTR? Oh no. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks of Team Taz, which we'll get to that when we get to Dynamite. Oh yeah, it was a good match though. Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison winning. So Aristotle versus Ryan Nemeth. It was a decent match with Ryan Nemeth winning because he's going to be wrestling against Jon Moxley on Dynamite, which we'll get to when we get to it as well. So yeah, decent match. Nothing to say about that. Oh, after the match too, by the way, and basically it was in the tail end of the match too, by the way, where all of a sudden Peter Avalon and Cesar Bonoli comes out. And I say to myself, who are they there for? Are they there for Aaron Solo or are they there for Nick Nemeth? So after Nick Nemeth won, they were clapping for him and everything, and they got in the ring. And then also they started joining along with Nick Nemeth. And then all of a sudden they start beating up on Aaron Solo. And then get the Nightmare Families coming out, which was QT Marshall. I think those Rose came out too. I can't remember if he did or not. And then they also had Lee Johnson there as well. And they basically chased away. I guess there's a new faction that's gonna be built up now, which I just don't mind that. As much as I don't like Peter Avalon's pretty gimmick that he's doing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I'm disgusted that he's called that. Maybe that's what I'm disgusted of how he's been booked too, or since him being pretty because he feels pretty, and I pity him. Anyways, but I like this though. Pretty Peter Avalon and she's up and only and Nick Nemeth. Now, what's gonna be the faction's call? I don't know. Maybe the Pretty Club. Whatever. We'll see. But I like it. I like it. We'll see where that goes. They might not even think about that and just scrap it or whatever. But we'll see. Maybe it'll develop more on Dark. Dia Diamante and Iblis versus yeah, I was blocking this. Okay, here we go. Miranda, Ellis, and Renee Michelle. Match itself, it was decent. Renee Michelle, uh, she did one thing that didn't look good, or it was something that she took and it didn't look good. Was a surprise, but despite all that, she did good for most of it until she botched something that she did. Maybe it wasn't a botch. Maybe it just looked awkward because she is awkward. As a wrestler, not as a person, but as a wrestler, yeah. In the end, it was Diamante and Iblis winning. So top flight, which is Dante Martin and Darius Martin. Darius Martin, the top five arbiters probably, and they go up against Steven Stetson maybe, and Tony Vega. And match it was decent with top flight winning. Then we get to Bear Country. Bear Boulder and Bear Bronson team up with Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss as they go up against Aaron Pryor, Daniel Joseph, Levy or Leva. Levy. Okay, yeah, Levy Shapiro and Mamabu. I mean Manabu. I mean Mabadu. That's what I'm gonna say. Mabadu. Match itself it was decent with Bears Country and the New Jersey connections, which that's Georgina and St. Kitts because they're both from New Jersey. They won. So Cesar Bononi and Pretty Peter Avalon versus Bronze. I mean not Bronson. Baron Black and Rising. Match itself was decent. You know, not much to say about that. But it was Cesar Bononi and Pretty Peter Avalon winning. Anyways, Tesha Price versus Kaylin King. I mean Kylan King, excuse me. Kylan King. Kylan King came has some face paint on her, which looks good. And pertains to Tesha Price, she's basically developing something new here with her character, where she's acting like a psycho. And I like it. Yeah, and it just means that she's gonna be ends up being a heel at the end of the day. I'm good with that. I don't mind her being a psychopath. So we'll see what they do with that. But didn't matter anyway because she lost. So Kylan King won the match. Yeah, so much for that. Um, then we get to Matt and Mike Seidel versus Hybrid 2, and Anago and Jack Evans versus SCU, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. This was the main event. A three-way tag team match. It was great. A lot of good spots in the match and all that. In the end, it was SCU win the match. As they should, because if they lose on the next tag team match, they're done. So there you go. That was AEW Dark from February 23rd, 2021. And my overall rating for the show, I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10. And that will conclude AEW Dark. And now I'm gonna this, and I'm gonna mute myself as we continue on with these all elite wrestling reviews with these results. All elite order. So next will be about Dynamite. So give me one moment, I'll get back to you. And let's get started here with AEW Dynamite. That was live on TN. Well, not live. It was a pre-recorded show that was on TNT. This coming Wednesday, though, it will be a live show because this week will be the Go Home Show edition, which is coming this Sundays on March 7th or 8th. Let me double check the calendar here, just to be, just to be safe. I'm pretty sure it's on the 8th. Oh no, actually the 7th. Yeah, so I was right at first. On the 7th, on Sunday, for AW Revolution. So yeah, I can't wait for that Wednesday's audition to see how that turns out, and plus where everything's going on that as well, which we'll get to all that once we get to this portion of Dynamite what happened last week on February 24th, 2021, at Dave's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, with Excalibur, good old JR Jim Ross, and Tony Schiavone on commentary. And before we get to all that, let's talk about something that's that needs to be talked about. The Big Show, former WWE superstar, now no longer under contract with WWE, let his contract expire and didn't renew it, which is shocking and surprising that he didn't do it. I thought that the Big Show was going to be a lifer for WWE, but there's a reason why he wasn't being a lifer for the company. And after everything that I heard about it, it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't really shock me at all that Bishop feel that way. But I didn't think that would matter to him that much. Either way, if he was doing that stuff, pertains to the whole third party affiliates, and on top of that, WWE staffs or wrestlers, whatever, either way, I'm not gonna get bonuses or raises, even though they're making more money than ever because of Peacock and Saudi Arabia and Fox, all that, all the jibber jabbers and all that. They wasn't even making a lot more money when this whole pandemic happened that from last year. But um but Big Show, he was not happy with WWE what they're doing with the third party affiliates thing, where no one has the freedom to do that type of stuff unless WWE is taking percentage of their money, you know, and I already talked about the whole bonuses and raises that's not be given, and something about how Big Show is not gonna his checks is not gonna be what it used to be anymore, something like that, which is why the whole bonuses and raises was ended up being an issue, and on top of that, he was unhappy at how he was being used on WWE television, pertains to the whole thing with Randy Orton, especially what happened on Raw Legends. When I heard about what happened there, he was not happy with that position that they put him in, where Randy Orton was basically just punked him out. And that was the last images we saw of Big Show. Now I didn't watch it because I don't watch WWE anymore. Fuck WWE. But I didn't think none of this was ever leaked out. None of this was ever spread. Rumors about him wanted to leave. Basically he kept it to himself and everything. He was loyal to the company for the last 22 years, working for that company, and now he's free to do whatever he wants to do now. And the fact that he went to AEW was a shocker. And I think with him being there on AEW, he could help a lot on AEW. Now, what's this going to be his position? Well, he's going to be commentary on the next edition of Dark. That's going to be on March. I forgot the date of it already, but once we skim through all this, they'll let us know. I'll let you know. I meant to say about it more, but yeah, Paul Wight, he's gonna be alongside Tony Schiavone, pertains to this whole thing, and it's been 22 years since Paul Wight as the Giant hasn't appeared on TNT, since his departure from WCW due to politics and everything, at that time, obviously. But besides all that, oh wait, Gino, thank you for that. Thank you for that. March 15th. It's going to be the Dark some kind of dark show they're going to be doing. It's going to be like some kind of special dark show they're going to do for AEW. That's going to be big. It's going to be Paul Wight and Tony Schiavone commentating together. And yeah, I can wait for that. Again, the Gino there, Gino Morgan TV. Thank you very much for that information. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he does as a commentator because he's a good talker. Not everyone that doesn't know this. He's actually a good talker. Well, if he's not being micromanaged by WWE's scripted promos. But anyways, but yeah, people don't know this. Big Show actually is a good talker. Because you don't get not everyone get to see him do any talking on commentary. You may have seen before on WWE programming before at one point, like on Raw or SmackDown. Either way, even when it comes to kind of promos, Big Show can cut promos. He's a good talker, obviously, and he's also been in movie roles and all that. So he's not a bad talker, especially when it's on his TV show on Netflix that got canceled, the Big Show show. That no offense to Big Show, but that show sucked. It was garbage, terrible. But not his fault though, because at the end of the day, you knew who was producing that show, WWE Studios. And we all know how WWE Studios are. Enough said. But besides him being a commentator, he's also gonna be he's gonna be wrestling too, and I'm pretty sure he's also be helping out behind the scenes too as well. Hopefully that'll be the case. That way, someone like a Marcus Stunt won't be protected anymore of losses. But 2 hours like the regular Dynamite. I mean Dark would be cool with it. We'll see. That's nothing too. We'll see if also if pertains to the weeklies Dark shows that Excalibur and Taz is on as well. We'll see how that let's see if Paul Wight is involved with that one too. But yeah, he's could be obviously not going just to be on being commentating. He's could be doing a lot of things, wrestling, maybe not full time wrestling, but maybe part time wrestling all that. Because obviously Big Show is older now, and he's getting up there in age. He's not the Big Show that he used to be anymore. He's not even the giant that he used to be anymore back in the days of WCW. In WCW, he was a beast. He was an athlete. Not saying that he's not an athlete now, or not saying he wasn't an athlete before when he got into WWE as well. During the Attitude Eras, he was still decent. Even from there too. He can still go. Obviously, he can still go, and he lost a lot of weight too. He looks like he's in great shape. So very proud of him that he's had to be all elite. I'm glad he's all elite. Not everyone's happy about Big Show being in all elite wrestling because of the stench that he had in WWE. But either way, I'm happy that Paul Wight is there. I've always been a fan of Paul Wight, especially during when he first started as the Giant, all the way to being the Big Show, and now with him being Paul Wight in AEW. I can't wait to see what he brings to the table for AEW, and I guarantee he's not going to disappoint. He's going to be helping out a lot of the scenes behind the scenes and help out the Giants of AEW, the big guys there, like the Powerhouse Hobbs, Brian Cage, Lance Archer. Just name a few. Luchasaurus. Even though Luchasaurus is doing a good job as well. Jake Hager, Warlow. Again, I don't want to go too long with this, but you get my point. He's gonna be there to help these guys out, like he did with Braun Strowman, and again, hopefully, no Marcus Stunt will be getting more these pushes of being someone that to be featured with just him getting some offense and everything. Well, hopefully with Paul Wight being there, that'll be the case. But we shall see. Only time will tell. And also we're chance to Nyla Rose. But speaking of Nyla Rose, we'll get to her later. But let's get to the show. We got the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley versus the Highway Hunk Ryan Nemeth to open up the show. Wasn't a long match. Ryan Nemeth got some offense, but in the end, it was Jon Moxley's match. He squashed him, and there you go. The match is not important. What was important was Moxley said here. So he got a steel chair, he got a mic, he sat down and says, from the moment he woke up, it's one of his promos. After losing his AEW title, he knew he will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to get the belt back. He will crawl through barbed wire and landmines. By the way, landmines, which is going to be it's going to be part of that exploding a barbed wire death match. So if you land on that landline, I mean that landmines, meant to say, it's going to blow. It's going to blow up. So yeah. But anyways, back to this. So he'll crawl through barbed wire and landmines to do it, and it looks like that is exactly what he's going to have to do. Moxley says that what imagines comes to your mind when you hear the words exploding barbed wire death match. And again, I advise all of you and suggest to all of you, before you get to AEW Revolution, watch old clips of exploding barbed wire death match on YouTube. Just type in those words, exploding barbed wire death match on YouTube, and you'll find a list of them right there, and watch them. Most of those matches are from Japan. That's the type of matches that have been exposed for pro wrestling, which is why we never seen any of this like this in American soil. Not that I know of. But as I we're chance to looking up and everything, we're chance to if it happened in America before, I haven't found any of it. So this will be the first, and AEW is doing it. This is one of the most what's the ex cover always says, the forbidden door. This is one of the forbidden door that's allowing AEW to do these type of matches on American soil, and it's these type of matches that came from Japan. Exploding barbed wire death match. Even Terry Funk and Cactus Jack has been in those type of matches, and they had that in Japan. Even women's had matches like that too. Yeah, I think I'm kidding with that. I ain't kidding with you. Japanese women's wrestlers were any type of matches too. Look it up. It's all on YouTube. Look it up. Especially who's the queen of Extreme, and she's unfortunately not wrestling anymore because she's now I think her job is like what, being a substitute teacher or a full-time teacher, whatever. So yeah. Anyways, Moxley says, after he said the words exploding barbed wire death match, he talks about old Japanese wrestling magazines and asks how these images of those matches made you feel. He asks if your hands shake and feel numbness, wait, numbness, I think that's what he meant to say, or do they make you sick with excitement? Moxley said he is addicted to wrestling and addicted to feeling that he gets when he bleeds and sweats in the ring, saying he can't get enough of it. Thought of the idea of this match pulls him in and makes him excited, even if it's just a trap for Omega. Omega is just one in a long line of people that had tried to take him out. Win, lose, or draw, everyone watching Revolution will see that he gave every single thing that he had, and this match could end his career. That is a hell of a way to go out, and that's how Moxley ended. Now, what does this mean for Moxley at the that promo? First of all, great promo Moxley from there. So what does this mean for Moxley if he loses? And basically signaling that this could be the end of his career, and it's the way, and that's going to be the way to go out. Well, this is a way to rhyme out of the storyline, because he wants to attend with his wife Renee, because she's pregnant. That's the one way I can think of it. So obviously, when it comes to Revolution, he's obviously not going to win the belt back. So and he shouldn't, and neither shouldn't, because Kenny Omega, I think he's doing a great job of being AEW World Champion, despite some silly segments they have been doing, which is AEW, you know. Um, and plus he shouldn't be losing that belt anyways, because Kenny Omega is great as an AEW World Champion. Um, so this could be one of the things that he could be out of AEW, or because he is the IWGP United States Series champion, and you'll get to that you'll get that review once I get a chance to do that too. But because he's the United States champion of which is New Japan Pro Wrestling, I think he might find his way to back into New Japan Pro Wrestling somehow. We'll see. We shall see. But there you go. That's all I gotta say for that. Great promo, like I said, and I can't wait for the pay-per-view. Hopefully, it's what I expect it to be, because when you hear the words exploding death match, exploding barbed wire death match, I'm expecting a type of match that we've seen for those who have seen that type of match pertains to Japanese wrestling. So we'll see. And show a video package highlighting the Omega and Moxley feud, and great package on that, which is part the part show again later later on of the week, and a pay-per-view as well. So there you go. We get to an interview that happened a week before this week's, where for this week's of this show from this one, where Ray Phoenix and Lance Archer will be an interview after the match was over, and said Lance Archer they were a good team together, but they're going to be not teams now, because we're tends to qualifying for a ladder match they're going to be having at Revolution. And Ray Phoenix says that Archer is the worst partner. He basically said in Spanish, basically, and that's Archer finally got a translation of that, and they start fighting. And now we get to that match later on in the main event of Dynamite, which we will. So that basically this match is to qualify to that ladder match along with Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, and Penta El Zero Miedo. The return of Penta El Zero Miedo after he took care of his visa issues, and which is why he's been off TV. So we'll get to that main event later. The Young Bucks around with their parents, and basically a good moment that they're doing there, a good family moment there that they're doing, and not much to say about that. The Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison versus Team Taz, Ricky Starks and Brian Cage being accompanied by Taz, which Taz ends up being on commentary during this match. And the match itself was decent, back and forth, tag team. In the end, it was obviously Team Taz winning, because they're the ones that are being pushed and being built up. We're just going up against Sting and Darby Allin in a street fight match at Revolution. So then all of a sudden, after all that was done, the lights goes out, and we see a video, on the Titantron, obviously, Sting driving a car, and it was a dirty road, and he's dragging a body bag. And I see myself, Darby Allin's in there. So Sting, he comes out of the car and opens up the body bag, and out comes out Darby Allin, which he has half of his face paint of a Sting-like face paint, but in his own design, which is cool. I like it. And Darby Allin's smiling and everything and all that. And all of a sudden, it starts snowing, which means it's Sting. Not just Sting, but Winter Sting. He comes out, and he's dragging a body bag. I said to myself, okay, Darby Allin's in there. Open up the body bag, and it wasn't Darby Allin. It was actually Hook, Taz's son. And Taz lost it. He ends up helping up his son, while Sting points to the rafters. And here comes Darby Allin, coming down to the ring with a zip line. Holy shit! Reminds me of Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 12, and reminds me of Sting doing the same thing when he changed to that Thursday Nitro episode on the Golden Show edition for Starrcade when we chance to got to Hulk Hogan or Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And Darby Allin, and returns Darby Allin. He's known to do these type of crazy stuff, anyways. Which doesn't surprise me. So, I was cool with that. Obviously, he had a little trouble on taking off after that. When he has to get in the ring. But eventually it got taken off for him. But Darby Allin went up. He has. I forgot to mention he has skateboard with him, and they took out Brian Cage and Ricky Starks with it. Sting went after Taz. I mean, not Taz. Sting went after Brian Cage, and while Darby Allin went after Ricky Starks. And Sting has. I forgot to mention Sting has baseball bat. So yeah, Sting. He's moving like he never lost a step. He did everything. Kicks, punches, Stinger splash, a clothesline, Scorpion death drop. All that was missing that he didn't do the Scorpion death lock. And yeah, in the end, it was Sting and Darby Allin getting the better of Team Taz once again. Basically, revenge. So I liked it. I thought it was very enjoyable. But I want that Sting glove, man. I want the Sting glove. Come on, send him out already. What's taking so long? It looks pretty sick. I saw it too. When Sting was driving the car, we're since Team Taz watching it and everything, and like those Sting gloves, man, looks pretty cool, man. I want those gloves. What are you waiting for, AW? Since come on, put them on your shop already. You sure have a good memory. Yeah, I do. I'm a mark for pro wrestling. I'm a fan of all types of wrestling. Uh, but yeah, there you go. And I can't wait for the pay per view. You know, Tony Schiavone, he has a sit down interview with Penelope Ford, Miro, and Kip Sabian about the wedding that was destroyed by Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. And I say myself, who gives a fuck? Like seriously, who gives a fuck? So someone sends a note to Tony Schiavone, basically a note from Chuck Taylor. Basically challenging Miro and Kip Sabian to a match at Revolution. I hope this is the pre-show, because if it's on the main show, I ain't gonna give two fucks about this match. This feud has really took down Miro's credibility. Jake Hager versus Brandon Cutler. Didn't care about the match that much, folks. I mean, it was fine, but didn't care about the match at all. And at the end, Jake Hager won. Not much to say about it. After the match, though, Santana Ortiz came out and beat up on, Brandon Cutler along with Jake Hager. Just let the Young Bucks come out there to help out, and they did. And all of a sudden, Matt Jackson gets on the mic and calls out Jericho and MJF after what happened last week. All of a sudden, Jericho and MJF says they're not gonna go out there. If you think we're stupid to go out there, you're wrong and everything. And then all of a sudden, they pull out someone they know being very bloody and badly, which it was Papa Buck. He's all bloodied up and everything, bloody up from the hands too. He slammed it into the truck that the same truck that they were at when they were taking doing their family times and all that. And they did it to him again. One side was to Mac Jackson or Nick Jackson, either side of the Young Bucks, whatever. And then they started doing the pose, to mock the Young Bucks and everything, and they started running away like they're like a bunch of cowards. So Young Bucks got there. Matt Jackson chases them, but it was too late. They drove away, and that was it. I don't give a fuck about this feud either. You're telling me that you'd rather have MJF and Chris Jericho facing the Young Bucks over FTR, SCU, and Proud and Powerful? Who gives a fuck? Who cares about this feud? To be honest with you, who really cares about this feud between Jericho and MJF versus the Young Bucks? Yeah, they got some heat behind it now because of what happened with Papa Buck here. But that's why you did it? I don't care. So they put Papa Buck into the car. I mean the not the car, ambulance to take him to the hospital. It was Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, um Nick Jackson. They were in the ambulance because Matt Jackson couldn't fit in there, and Nick Jackson told Matt to get mom to meet them at the hospital, or whatever. So there you go. The blood Papa Buck looked like red paint. Well, it's actually the blood capsule that Matt Jackson always mused. If you watch BDE, Being the Elite, Matt Jackson always uses these type of these blood capsules to make him look like he's bleeding and everything. It's part of that. It's part of that. One of those fake, one of those fake blood things that they have. So, but yeah, because I heard reports about Papa Buck wanted to bleed. He really wanted to bleed, but the Young Bucks didn't want that. Yeah, they basically took his dad out of it. So we got this for you. Basically, Matt Jackson said, "Yeah, I got this for you." I can imagine how that turned out. You know, but anyways, a video package highlighting Cody Rhodes, Shaq stuff with Shaquille O'Neal watching Jay Cargill training. So yeah, Jay Cargill will start training. Yeah, she showed a little bit what she can do. Shaquille O'Neal didn't really do much other than have that look on that dumb look on his face. I forgot to mention too, by the way. I get to cover this when I did my last review of it, which is on Dynamite. They said something about there's gonna show some training things between Shaquille O'Neal and Jay Cargill. I thought they're talking about about the wrestling. Instead, it was Shaquille O'Neal and Jay Cargill playing basketball. Okay, I mean good. They both play basketball. Well, Shaquille O'Neal doesn't play basketball anymore. Jay Cargill, I think she still plays basketball. I don't know if she does or not. But of our age, she needs to play college basketball. But yeah, I really don't care about them playing basketball. All I care about is what they do in the ring. Unless you want to have a basketball match in the ring, like Damian Sandow and Big Show did back in 2014, then we'll have something to talk about. And yes, folks, there was actually a basketball match between Big Show and Damian Sandow back in 2014. That was during the year when Damian Sandow was buried and he was having his midlife identity crisis, something like that. It was the same night that I should mention too, by the way. It was the same night that Seth Rollins turned heel on the Shield. The first time they broke up the Shield. Also, the same night where Batista quit, and then Triple H was like, "You're gonna feel in Hollywood, you got four flash in your face, even though Batista did a great job." Avengers, the Avengers movie of Marvel proved that otherwise. Fuck you, Triple H. You're garbage. Ah, being the elite, maybe I'll watch it once or twice. I watched their Brody Lee tribute. Yeah, that was good actually. It gets you laugh. It made you laugh, and then also made you cry at the same time because there was some emotions going on there as well. I miss Brody Lee. It really sucks what happened with him. They didn't need to happen that way, unfortunately. Speaking of Brody Lee, another wrestler lost his life too, and he had a son, Josias. He was better known as the question mark for NWA Power. He unfortunately passed away too due to some health issues, whatever. We don't know the exact circumstances of how or why, but it sucks that he's gone too. And I liked him too. He's basically the a Bruiser Brody lookalike. And he influenced and was inspired by the late Bruiser Brody. And and unfortunately he's gone. So may he rest may he rest in peace too. He'll be truly missed. Braley he'll be truly missed. Braley will be truly missed, and Josias will be truly missed. So Rest in peace to both guys. All right, let's move on. Um, Isaiah Cassidy with TH2 and Big Money Matt versus Hangman Adam Page. I'll be honest with you folks, I didn't care about this match either. Yeah, I care about Hangman Adam Page, but I didn't really care about this match at all that much. Matt Hardy got kicked out when Dark Order came out, which was Alex Ronald and John Silver to make things a little even. So Matt Hardy was kicked out while TH2 was still there. So yeah, it was a playing field, an even playing field, let's say. In the end, it was Hangman Adam Page winning with all moves. His old finishing move, the Deadeye, which before it was called the Deadeye. It was once called the Rite of Passage. The Rite of Passage. But yeah, he won with the Deadeye and got the win. After the match, Matt Hardy also he starts talking, and I started wondering where's he coming from. Basically saying that Page hurt him, and now he's gonna hurt him. Basically, saying that that Adam Page hurt Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy's gonna hurt him back, and he's gonna do it by taking out every member of the Dark Order, starting with 5. So he took 5 and dragged him out, and then threw him off the stage, threw a table at the timekeeper's area, and that was it. So there you go. That was no much to say about that. So, I look forward to the match though between Matt Hardy and Matt Hardy and Adam Page, meant to say, at Revolution, where the winner will get the losers 100% of their money of 2021. That I cannot wait, because I think it's going to be leading to a point where Matt Hardy's going to become broken Matt Hardy again. Like he's gonna be literally broke. Because Adam Page is going to rob him of all his money. Once he beat him, and that should be the right outcome. By the way, there's no other outcome other than the Hangman Adam Page winning by beating Matt Hardy. So Alex Marvez approaches Kenny Omega and Don Callis somewhere at a warehouse, I guess, and they're building a barbed wire explosive thing from John Moxley. Excuse me. I think they call it the John Moxley. Can't remember how they called it, and I wish it would say here, but it doesn't say it there. It was some type of something chamber they called it. I can't remember. I can't remember what they called it. Oh, I think it was called the John Moxley torture chamber. I guess that's what they were calling it. But yeah, that's basically what they were doing. I said to myself, well, at first I was entertaining when I said that because I think about maybe that should be a new match now. Compared to Elimination Chamber, well, you have your own torture chamber, something like that. I don't know, maybe who knows. But who needs that anyways? We got blood and guts, which we still need that, by the way. We still need that. But yeah, not much to say about that whole thing. It was whatever. You see footages of the world title eliminator matches that was showing. Basically recapping everything. And speaking of which, we get to this women's world title eliminators semifinals between the Native Beast, Nyla Rose, versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD being covered by Rebel, not Reba. By the way, I'll get back to Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose, at first they called her the vicious Vixen about weeks ago on Dark. Now they're back to her being called the Native Beast. And I said to myself, well, which is it? Native Beast or vicious next Vixen? It's not that word. And by the way, where the hell is Vicky Guerrero? Ain't she supposed to be managing on Nyla Rose? Where is she? I don't know. Then what? BTE. The whole thing that she's doing Nyla Rose as well. This whole numb thing they're doing. But where is she? I don't know. Now, as far as this match, the that between Britt Baker and not a Rose, which is kind of odd. And they're playing out the storyline from what happened last year in the summer where Britt Baker got hurt because of Nyla Rose being tossed onto her by Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander from that tag team match they had from last year, which it put Britt Baker on the shelf for a little bit. And that's basically what they're playing it off here, this whole thing. And I say myself, so that's why Nyla Rose beat Ty Conti, because you wanted to do this whole thing with Nyla Rose versus Britt Baker. And it's more to it than that, folks. Well, I'll get to that once we get to the very end of it. But be on the lookout for that one. But as far as Nyla Rose and Britt Baker of their match, 13 minutes and 25 seconds it lasted. 13 minutes and 25 seconds it lasted. And match itself was good. I thought it was a good match. But the outcome of it of all this is it makes sense. It should make sense for someone who's been on TV more and someone who's been featured more and who should be having the the better chance of going to the finals to win and to go to Revolution to face the champion Hikaru Shida for the title and Britt Baker. She's done all that she can to basically to win me over, to turn things around and everything, to get behind her now. Because I was hating on her all these years. I mean, for the rest of 2021. I mean, for the rest of 2020, excuse me, the rest of 2020. That's meant to say. And I think it'll start in 2019 as well. Maybe in the maybe later on of it, or maybe somewhere in there in the middle. But either way, yeah, Britt Baker turned around for me now. She's improving. She's getting behind her and everything. I'm all there for Britt Baker now. I see what she could bring to the table. Not saying that she's never gonna ever amount to that position, but because she's got a good look and everything. She's got charisma. She's got that personality. She just need a little more to get my attention and everything. And I feel like she wasn't doing that until finally she did. That injury that she got, and it took a long time, but she finally got things all better. And especially with Ariba, Rebel, which I want to say, alongside of her, you're thinking to yourself, it makes sense for her to win, right? Nope. Instead, Nyla Rose wins. But I'll get credit what credit's due here. It was a great match. I thought it was one of the best women's matches on the show. But this is an excuse that Nyla Rose should have won. Everyone was pegging for Britt Baker to win. That makes the most sense out of anything. Is Britt Baker winning, and you decide to have Nyla Rose win to advance? Are you kidding me? I got nothing against Nyla Rose. I like Nyla Rose. Nothing against her, know that. But why her? We've seen her opportunities. Why can't we see Britt Baker have her opportunity? Especially with her on the sidelines, where it looked like she was going to be getting the opportunity, but then she got hurt. And then with her working her way up, out of it, and then finally get back on the scenes and everything, it makes sense for her to win. And what are you gonna do? Wait to do double nothing or all out to do it to finally pull the trigger for her? But I'll get to more about Nyla Rose later. Which gets to her being in the semifinals. But wrong decision. Bad decision there. She should have never won. Because you had Rebel there. She could have been a distraction. But she got her ass kicked too. And Britt Baker still lost at the end of the day. Video package highlighting FTR versus Jurassic Express of their beef. I don't care much about this feud at all, folks, because again, why FTR is even involved of this whole angle with Jurassic Express, where they should be going after the tag team titles instead. Would that make the most sense with FTR versus Young Bucks rematch at Revolution? Main event time. Ray Phoenix versus the Mohawk Monster, Lance Archer being accompanied by Jake Roberts. This was a great match. And this match was to qualify into that ladder match at Revolution. It's going to be a 5-way ladder match for of these guys. And this match, yeah, like I said, we're this match. It was great. Both guys look like they gel well together and good chemistries. At the end of the day, Lance Archer wins, which I was fine with, because you're not gonna have Ray Phoenix and Penta El Zero Melo be in the match too. Only one of the Lucha Bros could be in there, and Penta El Zero Melo is that guy to be in there. So I'm fine with Lance Archer winning, and Lance Archer gives a fist bump to Phoenix, for great job for almost beating me and everything. Yeah, it was a great match. I loved it. Great match. Great main event match. So now you got Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, Penta El Zero Miedo, and that's Archer. And the fifth guy, by the way, they want you to be surprised of who's going to be the fifth guy in that match. Basically, you know what that means? Somebody's debuting. Which is why you got to buy the pay-per-view for AEW Revolution to see who's going to make his debut. Maybe it's a she. You never know. I doubt that, by the way. And the reason I said she, because Tessa Blanchard. She's not going to be there, though. She's not going to AEW. She's going to WWE. I think she is going to WWE. If not already, then it should be sooner or later. But anyways. But there you go, folks. That's all I got to say for AEW. For Dynamite. We still got more to come, folks. So stay tuned, because I got more to talk about pertains to AEW. Basically pertains to the women's the women's worlds championship eliminator tournament. But before we do, I gotta get to the Tomorrow Wrestling first, and then we can move on. Six matches. We're gonna talk about of wrestling for that, and my overall rating for the show, I'm gonna go with an 8.5 out of 10. And there you go. And that's all I can say for pertains to AEW Dynamite from February 24th, 2021. And now, if you'll stay with me, folks, stay tuned. I'm going to mute myself a little bit so I can get the results for the rest of the matches that happen later on during the week. Pertains to AEW, pertains to again the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament, and also more to it than what happened on that as well. Just that whole thing as well, because those matches that I need to talk about. So stay tuned. And I am back, folks. Pertains to AEW on Bleacher Report from February 28th, 2021. The continuation of the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament, plus other matches on there as well, which I'm about to get to. Well, not other matches, but just one match that I need to get to pertains to that has nothing to do with the tournament. So you had the commentators, Taz, and Excalibur, and where it pertains to where they were at, they were somewhere in Japan. I don't remember they mentioned the venue or whatever. Doesn't even say here as well, but it's whatever. But the important thing is that they know that they're in Japan. Pertains to the Japan side of the brackets, and pertains to this one match that happened on the opening of the show. So the opening match was Maki Ito, yes, the lovely, cutest in the world, or cutest of the world, Maki Ito, Veni, and Emi Sakura, and they go up against they go up against Mia Suruki Suruga, I think I meant to say, um, Renkadu Kura, and the AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida in a six women's tag team match. That match itself was good and entertaining. Entertaining because of stuff that was happening in the match, especially with Maki Ito. She is so entertaining in the match, and she's good too. It was just a fun match to watch and everything, and also taken seriously. Just as everything happened on that match as well. And at the end of the day, it was Hikaru Shida getting the win over on Veni. So Hikaru Shida won 14 after the match. Emi Sakura was not happy on that her team lost. Went after Hikaru Shida and everything. But then Hikaru Shida fought her off. Her side of the team fought off and everything, and that was it. Not much to say about that. So yeah, that was basically on the one match had nothing to do with the tournament. But but these women that were in the tournament were in the match, and the one woman who was not in the tournament is the one who's is be looking forward to who she wants to see you win this tournament, this whole tournament thing. So, but there you go. Which by Hikaru Shida, by the way. Hikaru Shida is not in the tournament, but she was looking forward to see who she wanted to see win the tournament. And she got some good glimpse of wrestling those in the tournament, in Maki Ito, Veni, and Emi Sakura. And then we get to the semifinals for the Japanese side, which it was Yuka Sakazaki versus Ryo Mizunami. And no other outcome I could think of winning this match than Ryo Mizunami. Ryo Mizunami. There you go. Yeah, so there was no outcome than that. But despite that, this match itself between Sakazaki and Mizunami, 14 minutes and 20 seconds. 14 minutes and 20 seconds it lasted. I thought it was a good match, very good. And in the end, it was Mizunami win the match. So Ryu Mizunami wins and ends up going into the finals, which means this coming Wednesday, she will be there in the United States against the final of the match, which I'll get to when I get to it. So let me get to the quarterfinals match between Thunder Rosa from the American side, United States side, versus Riho. 11 minutes and 33 seconds it lasted. Good match, very good. First time seeing these two wrestle each other. And it didn't disappoint. In the end, it was either two outcomes. It was either Riho winning or Thunder Rosa winning. Because whoever won this match, they had to go up against Nyla Rose on Dark, which I'm going to get to when I get to it. So in the end, it was Thunder Rosa winning. She won up by cradling Riho, locking in the pinfall and got the win. And she bowed to Riho, and that was it. So yeah, Thunder Rosa goes to the finals, to semifinals. I meant to say, excuse me, against Nyla Rose. And this is the first time seeing Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa wrestling here. And I'm about to get to them when I get to it. So yeah, that was the results. What happened on AEW Bleacher's Report, where it pertains to the semifinals and the quarterfinals, and that one match that had nothing to do with the tournament. And yeah, there you go with that one. And hang tight now, folks, because what I'm about to do right now is to get to the other match that's happened. Two matches had nothing to do with the tournament, but one match what did have something to do with the tournament, and that was the semifinals. So stay tuned, folks, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, this will be your final results reference to AEW Dark from March 1st, 2021. And let me first get to the first two matches, and then I'll get to the finals. I mean, not the finals. The first two matches I'll get away first, and then I'll get to the semifinals of the tournament of the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament. So the first match that opened the show, it was Leva Bates, the librarian, versus I forgot what Excalibur. Oh wait, by the way, Excalibur and Taz were on commentary for this match. I should have mentioned this. Yeah, and there's place in Jacksonville, Florida. So, but anyways, but yeah, you have the librarian Leva Bates, and I've got the nickname that Excalibur said about Maddie Rankowski. Yes, that same Mandy Rankowski who replaced Anna Jay. The one that said that sucks and awkward to watch in the ring. Terrible. So this match happens, and Leva Bates, was good. Maddie Rankowski was not good, and she did that awkward facebuster again. Like she's not even doing it on cue. She's not even doing it on the right time. Like is that how she does it? Like it's terrible. Looks bad. So awkward. So at one point, the book was involved in this match. Maddie, because referee took the book away from her, or whatever. I don't remember how it was done. Um, Referee takes the book away, puts it over there. Maddie gets the other book that Leva Bates got with her. Hits Maddie hits Leva Bates with a book, and then she goes for the cover. And 1, 2, 3, and I'm watching this. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Well, of course, because she sucks. So of course she has to cheat to win. Maddie Rankowski beat Leva Bates. I was not happy with that. Then we get to the next match. Legit, Layla Hirsch versus Miranda Elias. I'm trying to remember how you say her last name. I always have trouble saying her last name. But Miranda Elias. So yeah, that match happens. This is a match. In the end, it was Layla Hirsch winning. She won with a submission. So and Miranda immediately just taps out. Well, there you go. Now we get to the main event. The main event was the finals. I mean, not I keep saying finals. It's semifinals. Semifinals. The finals ain't until this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. Anyways, the semifinals for this AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament between Thunder Rosa and Nyla Rose. So the match happens. It was 13 minutes and 48 seconds it lasted. Match happens. Solid at best. It started picking up. It started getting decent. And then the finish came. So Thunder Rosa goes to the top rope. She tried to go for whatever she was trying to go. I think like a drop kick, whatever. But she got caught in midair by Nyla Rose. Beast bomb out of nowhere, basically. And I'm like, ooh, that's sick. And all of a sudden, um, Anthony Manzano. Yeah, I don't know who he is, but hi, how you doing? Anthony Manzano. Oh, thank you for saying hi, and hi to you back. But yeah, but I'm watching this. Nyla Rose catches her with the beast bomb in midair, and I'm like, ooh, that was awesome. And then 1, 2, 3, and I was sitting there with a shocked look on my face, like this. Nyla Rose beats Thunder Rosa. She beat Ty Conti. She beat Britt Baker. And now she beat Thunder Rosa. AEW, what the fuck are you doing? Sorry about that. AEW, what the fuck are you doing? Nyla Rose? You chose Nyla Rose over Ty Conti in the the first round of the tournament. Then you chose Nyla Rose over Britt Baker at the quarterfinals, and now in the semifinals you chose Nyla Rose over Thunder Rosa. So now we're gonna see Nyla Rose versus uh Ryo Mizunami in the finals this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. You know, what AEW just told you right there. Nyla Rose is winning this tournament. I don't see Ryu Mizunami winning this match against Nyla Rose. I'll be shocked if that happens. But Nyla Rose, if she wins the tournament, I lost interest of this match coming at Revolution. Because we've already seen this with Nyla Rose and Hikaru Shida. We've seen them have the match before for the title before. Why, if she wins, I'm saying if she wins this, why do we need to see this again? We already seen this. You could have given it to Thunder Rosa. You could have given it to Britt Baker. You could have even, yeah, okay, you could have given it to Ryu Mizunami. If Nyla Rose wins, that means we get Britt Baker. I mean, not Britt Baker. If Nyla Rose wins, that means we're getting Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida for a women's title at Revolution. What's gonna happen? Nyla Rose is gonna win the belt. Is she gonna win the belt back? Again, I want come across saying anything negative about Nyla Rose. I got nothing to say about nothing negative about Nyla Rose. I had nothing against Nyla Rose. I like Nyla Rose. I really do. But we don't need to see this again. She already had opportunities. And on top of that, there's no Vicky Guerrero. Where's Vicky Guerrero? Ain't Vicky Guerrero, ain't the whole point of Vicky Guerrero being with her is to have help pursue her to get back into the title hunt? Well, we haven't seen Vicky Guerrero with her throughout this whole tournament. Not what's happening? She could come out of nowhere at Dynamite, and now she's gonna join on with Nyla Rose. This is so stupid, AEW. What the fuck are you doing? Nyla Rose versus Ryu Mizunami. I got no problem with Ryu Mizunami going for it because she never had her opportunities, and we will never know that either because the pandemic prevented them to come overseas from last year. If we're gonna do something new for Hikaru Shida, let Ryu Mizunami win. Don't let Nyla Rose win because we don't want to see this. No one's asked for this. If anything, we asked for Britt Baker to win this whole tournament. So now we got this coming Wednesday. Look to look forward to for Dynamite to see the finals of who's gonna win this whole tournament to become the number one contender to face Hikaru Shida at Revolution. So there you go. I would rather see Riho getting this opportunity. If you were going to give it to Thunder Rosa or Britt Baker, you could at least give it to Riho. Poor choice. That will include the dark results of it for AEW from March 1st, 2021. I'm gonna do the closing one, folks. This so just wait for it, and I'll be right back. All right, folks. That will conclude your AEW results. Where it tends to happen on Dark, Dynamite, Bleachers Reports, and Dark, where it tends to everything that's happened, especially where it tends to the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator tournament that happened. So we're almost done. This coming Wednesday, it's going to be the finals between, unfortunately, Nala Rose and Ryu Mizunami to see who's going to face Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Championship title at AEW Revolution. That's going to be on Sunday, March 7th, 2021, which I am looking forward to seeing. So there you go, folks. Nothing to say about that. So what being said, thank you for watching. No plugs at all, other than one plug, which is your favorites and mine, taking up the trash series. So, that being said, you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. Wear your mask before you wear any type of gloves that you want to when you go outside. Make sure you to please always hand sanitize your hands to prevent any spreading any germs because we're still in this pandemic. So like so. So make sure to love one another. God bless one another. Live in peace and harmony for us all. For I am out here. Ta-ta for now. For It's the Natural Born Thriller saying peace on the streets. You all take care.